In today's topic, we are going to learn what will happen if a charged particle moves through a magnetic field. Let us imagine a charged particle whose charge is q, it is moving with a velocity v. As soon as it enters, what happens? No, the charged particle it tries to enter with a velocity v. By the time here there will be a force acting here. That name of the force is called magnetic Lorentz force. Are you clear? It will experience a new force called magnetic Lorentz force. So finally the particle it won't move in the direction of velocity or it won't move in the direction of magnetic Lorentz force. The resultant direction of the particle it takes place in this direction. So it takes a curved path. So the particle position it changes from here to there. So here I am using a three-dimensional model. So by using this three-dimensional model I will show the variation of the position of the particle. Here the direction of the magnetic field is acting towards inward direction, that is represented by the letter B in. Look at the three-dimensional model of the mutually perpendicular arrangement. Here this nail that shows the direction of B, this one will show the direction of the velocity, this one will show the direction of the magnetic Lorentz force. I will keep this model at a particular position, you can understand. Look at that. Here the nail it is acting towards inward direction, that shows the direction of the magnetic field. This is the direction of V, this is the direction of magnetic Lorentz force. Understood? I will bring the model to other position. Look at that. This is the direction of V, Fm, B. I will bring it here. Look at that. The V direction is acting in this direction, magnetic Lorentz force is acting in this direction, B is acting towards inward direction. So at all position V will be perpendicular to the radius. Fm magnetic Lorentz force is always acting towards the center, B is acting towards inward direction. I will bring it to the new position now. Look at the direction of Fm, V, B. Are you clear? So the conclusion is the magnetic Lorentz force is always acting towards the center. Are you clear? And it is perpendicular to the velocity also. Now I will write certain definitions and derivations. You follow it up. The magnetic Lorentz force formula is F is equal to, what is this? F is equal to, first I will write it in vector form. F is equal to Q V vector into B vector. So this is the formula for magnetic Lorentz force. V vector, B vector both are perpendicular to each other, and F is also perpendicular to V and B. Are you clear? Now I am going to write it in magnitude form. How will you write? F is equal to BQV sin theta. Are you clear? F is equal to BQV sin theta. So in between V and B, what is the angle? 90 degree. Look at the model here. This is the direction of B. This is the direction of V. What is the angle here? 90 degree. So I am going to substitute 90 degree in the formula. So after substitution, the magnetic Lorentz force formula you will get it like this. F is equal to BQV. Okay. Now this is the formula for magnetic Lorentz force. Here when it moves in a circular track, there will be a centripetal force. In all circular motion there will be a centripetal force. The centripetal force will be always acting towards the center. Here the centripetal force is provided by magnetic Lorentz force. I will write it here. Centripetal force is provided by magnetic Lorentz force. Centripetal force formula is mv square divided by r. Magnetic Lorentz force formula is BQV. Are you clear? So mv square divided by r is centripetal force. Magnetic Lorentz force formula is BQV. Therefrom you will get the radius of the circular path. Since it is moving in the circular path, definitely there should be a radius. How will you get the radius? Cancel one V here, another V here. Finally you will get mv divided by BQ. This is the formula for radius of the circular path. If mass and velocity both are multiplied, you will get momentum divided by BQ. So there are two formula for radius. Now, when it moves in a circular path, it will take some time to complete one revolution. That is called time period. Are you clear? What is general formula for velocity? Velocity is equal to distance traveled divided by time taken. Total distance traveled by the particle in the circular path is 2 pi r. For that it takes some time now, that is called time period. Therefrom you will write the formula for time period. So T is equal to 2 pi r divided by V. T is equal to, time period is equal to 2 pi r divided by V. Are you clear? Already r is found. Substitute the formula. So here 2 pi, here r v is there. Are you clear? This r by v can be written separately. R by v is equal to m by bq. R by v is nothing but m by bq. Substitute here in this formula. Instead of r by v we can substitute 2 pi. R by v can be written m divided by bq. Are you clear? So this is called, this t is called cyclotron period. This t is called cyclotron period. In the future you will be learning about cyclotron. Are you clear? There you will be learning about cyclotron period. That's why now itself that cyclotron period term is introduced here. This is the most important formula to do certain problems. Are you clear? So what is T? While traveling in the circular path, it will take some time to complete one revolution. No, that is called cyclotron period. Are you clear? Now we are going to derive the expression for frequency. What is F? Frequency. Frequency is nothing but reciprocal of the time period. Are you clear? Substitute. If the entire factor is reciprocated, you will get bq divided by 2 pi m. F is equal to bq divided by 2 pi m. This is called frequency. And therefrom this one can also be called as linear frequency. Now I am going to write one more equation called angular frequency, omega. Omega is nothing but 2 pi f. If linear frequency is multiplied by 2 pi, you will get angular frequency. Substitute now 2 pi into, substitute here bq divided by 2 pi m. Cancel both 2 pi. Finally you will get bq by m. So the final expression is omega is equal to bq divided by m. So this is the formula called, what is this? Angular frequency. This is called linear frequency. Both F, linear frequency, and angular frequency, both are called as cyclotron frequency or gyro frequency. Cyclotron frequency or gyro frequency. Okay.